Hi, my name is Marissa Rodriguez, and I'm here to talk about pet education. For those of you who do have animals, 88.9 of you have said that you have done no prior research upon getting them. Many people have pets, more than half of the class does. I myself do. I have a winter white hamster named Rue, and the reason I got her was my research. I'm credible because I've done many research on animals and it is my passion. Today I'm going to be talking about the problems among pet education and some solutions. Effects of no research is neglect. Many animals are neglected due to lack of knowledge, and people just don't even know that they're neglecting their animals. Then abuse. An article that's called Why People Abandon Animals say behavioral problems are the number one reason people give up their animals. It's because people lack the knowledge on how to train them. And then forensic mental health issues states abuse may cause animals to change into deviant behaviors. So it's not the animal that's changing, it's the human that is changing their behavior. Another article, Towel states that she worked at a shelter and a friendly cat came in and it adjusted well the first weeks, but then weeks turned into months and the confined space made the cat irritable and unfriendly. And because of this, it cannot be adopted. So they ended up having to euthanize it. Next slide. These are examples of Petco's cages, and I asked if you guys trust Petco employees, and 100% of you said you do. And this is exactly why you cannot. Petco employees are meant to sell their products, or it's not just Petco, it's PetSmart. And as you can see, every single one of these cages are too small for for the animals, and it's meant for them to survive, not thrive. Many of these, it's like putting a person in a closet and expecting them to live there. Especially with these smaller animals and the misconceptions of them being practice pets or beginner pets. They are not beginner pets. They're living things and they deserve as much respect as you would respect a dog or a cat. And I'm just going to go off of the hamster cage because I do have one. And hamsters are supposed to get a minimum of 400 square feet. I have a 40-gallon breeder that's 623 square feet because I want my hamster to have a happy life. And hamsters like to burrow like they would in the wild, so it's basically them digging, and they need a minimum of 6 inches of bedding. That cage is first cage, top left corner, is meant for about 2 inches of bedding, if that. And hamsters need big cages, especially Syrian hamsters. There's different hamsters. Syrians are the biggest hamsters, and they are they seem to be the hamsters that get picked the most by kids, and they need a minimum of a 12-inch wheel so their back won't bend and they won't have back problems. And that cage, that wheel, the green thing, the small green circle is supposed to be their wheel that they won't even fit in. And another thing is the barbed wires. Hamsters will chew on that, making them have gum disease, and they chew on it because they have nothing else to do. They're bored in that tiny little cage. And Syrians, as I said before, are really big and they will get stuck in those tubes. So those places like Petco and PetSmart don't care about the animal's happiness as long as they're making a profit. So this is why you shouldn't trust Petco/PetSmart employees. Here are some solutions. If you do research, you don't have to trust Petco employees. You have your own knowledge. And a quote by Edney said, pet owners often reported a low level of control over feeding, often undermined by other people feeding of their pet. Their pets beg for food and their pet's attitude towards food. So basically they're just going off what their pet wants. And of course, you have a hungry dog or that likes food, they're gonna want to eat, but you want to do best by them, you Don't let humans eat whatever they want or else they become obese. Same thing happens with animals, and obesity is considered abuse among the animals because they can't run like they want to and play. So, no gifting pets is another main solution because it seems like on holidays like Christmas, people like to give away or animals like dogs, or Easter, to my knowledge, people like to give away bunnies. There's a bunch of Craigslist ads right now for Easter bunnies, which are real bunnies, and they're giving them as presents. And no practice pets. As I said before, fish or hamsters or rabbits, guinea pigs are not practice pets. They take a lot of responsibility as well, and it's not right. And adopt not shop. There's many animals right now that are in the shelter and needing a nice home, or else they get killed for being in there for too long. And a puppy isn't always great. It takes a lot of training and hard work, and there's already a dog in the shelter right now that is trained. Next one is positive results. If you do research, you get a happy, healthy, loved animal. And this way, if you do your research, you know that you should spay and neuter your pets so there will be less pets in the shelter and less breeding because you know that you want to go adopt from the shelter. So this is an example of guinea pigs because I've done my research on guinea pigs. This is a positive result if you do your research. So guinea pigs are very social animals. This is correct because they have a bunch of guinea pigs with them. And they have a large enclosure, lots of hay, which they love. They have a bunch of hideys because they like to hide, and it's a good enclosure. Negative result of lack of knowledge is euthanized animals, neglected, obese, depressed, abused animals. This cage is simply too small. Not even a hamster can live in that. Like, it's not worth it, and that hay is too small. Action. Do research, don't listen to Petco employees, adopt not shop, watch one informative video, and make changes. I asked, watch one informative video on your animal, and maybe you don't find anything, or maybe you do, and you make your animal happy. My purpose is to make all animals happy. I love animals. They're literally my favorite thing and my passion, and I just want them to be loved, healthy, and happy. So, thank you.